death of the last woman ever to be executed at Tyburn, London's infamous killing ground, was as gory as the one she inflicted on her husband. Catherine Hayes had an appetite for the wild side of life. She enjoyed nothing more than heavy drinking and romping with her two teenage lovers. However, her fun was spoiled by the presence of her husband. For Catherine, the answer was simple. John Hayes must die. The method Hayes chose for murder was direct and extreme, as might be expected of a woman who delighted in her own wildness. And it didn't take much to convince her two strong and virile young lovers to help. Catherine Hayes, Thomas Billings and Thomas Wood prepared for their evening's work by drinking at the Brawn's Head Tavern in London's New Bond Street. They then returned to the Hayes home and, pretending to be friendly, plied John Hayes with enormous amounts of drink. After drinking 6 pints of wine, Hayes staggered to his bed and collapsed. Even had he been conscious, Hayes would have been in no state to defend himself from what happened next. Billings smashed him on the back of the head with a coal hatchet, fractured his skull, and as Hayes gurgled in his death throes, Wood entered the room and hit him twice more. Then Catherine joined her young bedmates and all three of them decapitated the body. Hayes' head was taken in a blood-filled bucket to be thrown in the River Thames, while the rest of his body was dismembered and stuffed in a trunk that was hidden in the local woods. However, in their haste and drunkenness, Wood and Billings made a mistake. Hayes' head was not washed away on the tide, but came to rest on the river's shore. Night watchmen soon discovered it, and the next day it was paraded on a pole around the streets of London in a ghastly identity parade. It did not take the law long to catch up the murderous trio, and all three were found guilty at the Old Bailey, London's Central Criminal Court, on April the 30th, 1726. Catherine Hayes and her lovers each received a death sentence. While in Newgate Prison awaiting her execution, Catherine sent letters to Wood and Billings showing remorse for involving them in the horrendous act. In a perverse twist, it was later whispered that she had also confessed that Billings was actually her son from a previous affair. Wood caught a fever in prison and died before he could be executed. On May 14th, Catherine Hayes was driven on a cart to be burnt at the stake. Reports of the time tell us she was fastened to the stake by an iron collar round her neck and an iron chain round her body, having an halter also about her neck, which the executioner pulled when she began to shriek, so that as the flames burned her, the executioner strangled her at the same time. However, the flames were so high that the executioner dropped the rope. In about an hour's time, she was reduced to ashes.